What is up, podcast nation?
Stop.
All right, okay.
Stop doing that.
Okay, man, what?
We've gotten horrible feedback on that one.
No, we haven't. People love
It's our
that.
least streamed episode of all time is how that one,
No,
is when that one started.
no. Bro, that's not how streams work.
What?
People still clicked on it. That's not the reason. They probably clicked off because I didn't keep talking like that.
Oh, well then keep going.
It hurts my voice.
Well, okay. I'm glad we said we were going to start with improv, and that felt really clean.
Oh, is that improv? You didn't yes and me once. Well, speaking of improv, I had a special guest that was supposed to pop in at any point today.
Uh-huh.
Just texted, can't make it.
Is it our improv coach?
It was our improv coach.
Okay,
So,
well.
extremely unfortunate. So no improv today, I guess.
Well, I've actually been
But
working.
you know what we do have today?
I've been working on a
Oh, what?
character if you want me to do one to start the episode.
Nah, hit it, Hutch.
Okay.
You know what it is now, boys and girls of the podcast world. Matt and Tyler on the mics. They're gonna stay here until they agree. They're gonna stay here until they agree. Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
All right. There's some gold in there. There's also some dookie in there, so I'm just going to have to filter that one.
Why don't we
Do you want
filter?
to bring us in?
Why don't you tell me? Why don't you stop interrupting me? How about that?
Well,
and then I will bring us
welcome
in.
back to Until We Agree.
No, and here's the thing. I want to hear this character you've been telling me so much about.
Okay. It's me after I ran last
Oh,
week.
I have one of those.
Okay.
Oh. It's just a view.
No,
though.
it's me. No, okay. The character actually is this. I don't know if I'm ready to podcast. I was really making fun of you off air, talking about how you're not ready to podcast. I can't get a single thought together right now. Here's my character.
Oh, so nothing's new.
No, I have a character. Okay, I see what you're saying. Hurtful, first of all. My character, though, is me a week after running the mile live on the air. Are you ready?
Yep.
Hey, Tyler, I haven't run ever since then. I don't want to do it ever again.
No. I haven't run since then either, but I've done other exercise.
Okay,
if that counts.
yeah, I have too. I drove to Knoxville yesterday.
Now wait a second. Driving is not exercise. I don't think.
Oh no, it's more than sitting. The pedal.
It is more than sitting, I guess.
My ankle dexterity is higher than it was.
I will
48
say
hours
they
ago.
say that chess players burn a lot of calories from thinking, and I would imagine drivers do as well.
Sure, yeah. I would say no, but I'm glad a scientist has said that. They're wrong, but yeah. What are we talking about today? I don't even know. I'm a little. I don't know why I'm rattled, but I feel rattled. Welcome back to
rattled.
Until We Agree with Matt and Tyler. This is Rattled Matt.
Well, here's something to get you unrattled because you're very good at this next part.
Okay. Oh no.
So we always
no, wait, I've been bad.
we always
Oh,
say
no.
hello to new listeners in their native language, in their native tongue, and we have a Lebanese listener now. So you're always the one to welcome them in with a native hello. So why don't you take that away?
There's few countries in the world I've been dreading more than Lebanon. Can you bring me in one more time?
I would love to. So Matt specializes in tasteful accents
Accurate.
and hellos. Tasteful and accurate
Yeah.
hellos to other countries as they join into the Until We Agree family, the Rat Pack.
And it's a family.
We've unlocked a new region, acquired a new region, however you want to put it, taken over, dominated, whatever you want to say. We've taken them over. Lebanon is now ours. And to welcome them to to welcome them in, here's Matt Howard.
Hello there.
What was that? That just can't
That
be.
feels like
That
Lebanon.
cannot
That
be.
feknow like pretty
No,
close
it
to
doesn't.
Lebanon.
No, it doesn't. That's like Lebanon, Tennessee. That's not come on, stop.
Hopefully that's the one it is, because I don't know if I want to touch the Lebanon accent. So we're just gonna. I think we're gonna. That felt good to me. I'm
All right,
comfortable.
we'll rock with it.
I'm comfortable
To our
with that one.
Lebanese to our Lebanese, let us know if that was anywhere accurate or anywhere in the ballpark.
Mhm.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, please do leave a comment. And if you're not Lebanese, still leave a comment on Spotify. Let us know what you want us to talk about or give your opinions on
Yeah, we
anything.
like straight people too. Hello?
I'm going to deep fry the hello with like crazy bass. That was so funny. So
just the Among Us music. Dum, dum.
So I have a bathroom story, and this is actually
Yes.
a crazy one. Hutch may even like this one because I would say it's somewhere between G and PG rated on the bathroom story scale. It just was something pretty incredible.
You had parental guidance in the bathroom?
No, just like the appropriateness level to talk about. I would say it's more. It's not PG-13, R or X rated. But it's just something that happened last week that I'm like so steezed on that I just really wanted to tell the Rat Pack about. And it's not just about the bathroom. It's about your entire living abode at large. Honestly, so
Mine?
yours or mine. In this instance,
Oh, ours. The Rat Pack.
exactly. But in this specific instance, it's the exact house that I myself, Matt from Until We Agree, lives in, and no one else besides my roommate, who's a rat in himself and can't even read or listen to this podcast, so he'll never hear this. But it affected him as well in a good way. This is a good bathroom story. So last week, our dryer broke, which is not part of this story, but it's part of the details. And I'll try to keep this one shorter than last week. I have an update.
So I'm sorry, details aren't part of stories now?
Well, it's not the story, but it feeds into this story leads into the story I'm trying to tell. It's a narrative.
Okay.
It's a narrative choice I'm doing, like How I Met Your Mother, kind of tells two stories at once. So not done yet. I have met the mother, but Ted hasn't met the mother yet. So I'm kind of in a weird.
Wow, so you're season 9?
Season 9, wrapping it up, and everyone says season 9 of that show is the best, and the finale has nothing but good reviews. So I can't wait to see what happens.
Really?
No, I've heard that everyone hates it. Anyways,
Yeah, okay.
so-
Okay.
So like last week, I had a very long story. I'm going to keep this one shorter, but I do have an update to that very long story regarding Billy the dog, which is crazy because this happened 10 years ago, and something has then happened in the last week. Okay. Anyways, here we are. Nothing to do with Billy the dog here. Dryer's broken. We're expecting a delivery of a new dryer. We both work away from the home some days, and so we weren't positive that we were going to be at home when the dryer gets delivered. And so I walk in and I notice that we have like a lockbox outside of our house that people can like get in. Like repairmen are the only people who have it, and we
People do know what lockboxes
yeah,
are.
and I'm
so
just
you
saying.
can continue.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm just saying that this exact one is for like repairmen to like get into our house, and so that's what we thought happened. So I walk in to the house, and it's empty. Of course, they're gone at this point. But I'm starting to lock the door back. My back is turned to the house, but I'm sniffing, like so.
Oh no! Wait a second.
And I go, wait a minute. That smells like a very clean house, which doesn't make sense for a dryer. I turn around, and I kid you not, we have carpeting in the room that we walk into. It's the back door, but we walk into it, and it's the living room. There's like a very intricate vacuum design done on our floor. And me and my roommate, we clean the house. We
Wow.
clean the house. We vacuum. We do all that. We don't do it with artistry. I'll say that right now.
That doesn't sound like you guys.
No, it wasn't. And we both, I think I left after him that day, and I got home before him. So he hadn't been home. So who was in our house cleaning it? And I like kept walking around the house. I'm not kidding. It is spotless. I have had growing up, occasionally my parents would hire cleaners to come in and do like a deep cleaning of the house. They never did as good a job as what happened to us last Wednesday. And I'm not kidding. Bathrooms clean, spotless. Stuff that I didn't even want to clean because it's so like bathroomy. I just kind of like let it.
Spotted.
What was that?
It was so spotted before.
It was spots everywhere. Mirrors cleaned. Everything spotless. Vacuumed everywhere. Just my
I know what happened, right? Can I
tchotchkes-
guess?
If you have a guess, I don't have an answer for you. That's like the moral of the story.
Oh,
What do you think happened?
well, I would guess. So wait, before I get this, the dryer was also there, or that
The dryer was
later?
not there. That came
Okay.
a day
So
later.
I was gonna say that while the dry repairman was there, a cleaning lady was supposed to go to, or man
Sure.
was supposed to go to another house because they're townhouses, right?
Duplex. It's just
Duplex or the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on accident was let in, but that doesn't make sense anymore. So I would just guess the owners sent somebody.
That's what I would say too. Here's where I'm at though. They did such a good job. I'm hoping it's an accident. We're not paying for it. Someone's paying for it. That's not us. I just kind of want to not ask anyone because if I start asking
Yeah, I
questions,
would not ask
maybe
a
they
single
don't
person.
keep coming. Because I wonder what happened. Well, here's something that we noticed. The next day was Halloween, and our duplex neighbors had tons of cars over. We're thinking that they hired the cleaners, and we had the same lock boxes at our house, like the same code.
Right.
Because
You think it is the same code?
that's my only thought because I don't. It's either that or
There's only one way to find out if you have the same code. You
I
know
have to
that, right?
break into this woman's house. Yes, I know.
Yes.
I already have the plan. I'm waiting for my black gloves to come in and my ski mask. Not that I need that because we're
You got to
neighbors.
size down on black gloves, right?
What was that?
You got to size down on black gloves.
Is that like? Why would I need to do that? Because my hands are already small. What do you?
Well, no, like if you were to get caught, you could just try on the gloves in court,
smart,
and then
smart.
when they don't fit,
I go full
you know what has
OJ.
to
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I have to make a quick return, but I'll take care of that. Okay. So okay. No problem there. I'm gonna break into my neighbor's house here shortly. And they'll be fine. Because I just want to know for sure what the deal is. But moral of the story is, we have this spotless house, and I've never like I've fallen in love with the idea of how clean this house is. I've never seen a cleaning job done so well.
Bro, you're engaged.
Well, okay, from a people perspective, I have been more in love than I am with the cleaners. But from the action of cleaning a house, I've never loved the action of cleaning a house more than what they did for me for free. Unannounced.
Now, what if I told you?
Okay.
I didn't know you were gonna bring it up,
Okay.
but what if I told you that me and the groomsmen paid for that?
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
My roommate is one of the groomsmen. He seems pretty baffled by it himself too, though.
I know. We were wondering if he would be able to hold that together, and it sounds like he's done a good job.
Wow, that was really nice of you guys. I'm gonna have to up my groomsman gift that I got you guys, which is Essentia water bottles. That's all I could swing. But there's a lot of you guys, so I can't just go too deep in my pocket.
Can I tell you something else?
Yeah, please.
I just lied.
Dude, here's the thing. Never once thought otherwise.
Okay.
I have very low expectations for you as a best man, and even
Whoa.
lower as a friend. So
Whoa.
what?
That is not cool because I put on ChatGPT today
Oh yeah.
things that I should not do as a best man.
Okay.
And there were multiple good ideas.
What?
Of things that I shouldn't do.
They were good ideas that you want to do them. They're so good that you want to do them, but you're not going to do them, or they're so good not to do at all.
No, like they should not be done, and so I will try my best to avoid them.
Do you want to tell me what those are? Or are you just going to say that you
Well-
you searched it and not going to share it with this audio medium
So
we're on?
I guess I said, please list 10 things I should not do as best man
Mm-hmm.
at a wedding. And they said, don't make the speech about you. Whatever, we'll see.
Nah.
Don't
Make it little bit about
overindulge in
you.
alcohol. Don't overindulge in alcohol.
That doesn't.
That
doesn't sound like.
doesn't sound like
What
me.
it does. Well, okay.
Don't make inappropriate jokes. Now this one,
Boo.
I think
Boo.
I think
Why?
ChatGPT got that's wrong.
Why is ChatGPT
Don't-
such a prude all of a sudden?
Yeah, that, and don't forget the rings. Those don't sound like my responsibility.
Oh, I have crazy news for
And
you.
then don't leave the groom
hey,
hanging.
Those are that is your spot. Let's circle back to the ring thing. You actually are in
Wait,
charge.
but I have 6 more.
But you are in charge of the rings. Let's make that very, very clear. You are in charge of the rings.
I didn't buy them.
Okay, we're gonna give them to you, and once we give them to you, you're in charge.
I'm not getting married.
Okay, you're not gonna. They're not. It's not a legal thing for you. We're giving you them so then you can when
Are
the
they my size? When
Oh,
did you get my
dude,
ring size?
when the officiant asks for the rings, you hand the rings to the officiant.
If he needs them, why don't you just give them to him?
Because he's busy running the ceremony. You're busy holding the rings. That's your job, is to hold the rings. What do you mean?
We'll see.
What do you mean? No, we're not. No. Okay. I guess keep going. That's fine. You're in charge of the rings.
This says don't leave the groom hanging. And
what does that even mean?
At first I thought it was talking about like high fives or something, but it does mean just be available and supportive. But I'll be busy with the rings apparently, so how am I going to find time for that?
I swear, take care of the rings before me.
Okay.
I'm replaceable. The rings are not.
This says don't be late. I don't know where I will be, but I would assume it'll be impossible for me to be late that day.
Don't knock it till you try it, man. I don't know. We got a long night the night before. We're doing karaoke. In Nashville, Tennessee. Ever heard of it? Music City.
I've heard of it.
This says
don't wing your speech.
Dude, you're so good at improv though. Can you give me an improv like 20-second intro to a best man speech right now? Not the one you.
Yeah, it's gonna be unrelated to like you.
Yeah.
Because I'm saving all the good stuff. But here's okay.
Yeah.
Let's start the timer in. Ready and boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today to remember, and by remember, I mean we are here to celebrate the life of this beautiful couple right here. This is Matt and Broccoli. I call her Broccoli because we'll get into that. And I think that was 20 seconds.
That sounded a lot like what the officiant would do for the wedding ceremony.
That's my job.
You're the best man, but yeah, for sure.
Don't hit on the bridesmaids. So
yeah, good luck.
I don't think that's going to be for me because I'm taken.
Spoken for.
I'm the best man.
Married.
Yep. And let's see. Don't forget to dress appropriately. That's going to be pretty hard to do.
It's a crazy yep. Anyways.
And don't ignore the bride. Well, I'm the best man.
No, here's the thing: is she has so much attention. Yeah, you're not the best.
That's
what
I was saying. Don't ignore the bride, bro. She's gonna ignore me.
She's gonna ignore you. Everyone's gonna ignore me and you. We can do whatever we want that day.
Yeah,
frankly,
that's what I've heard.
So,
and then that didn't seem good enough to me. So I said, "What should I avoid saying to the groom?" And
the N word, for sure.
That's not on this list. ChatGPT is racist.
Did we just break some news? That's crazy. Okay.
Oh no. All right. Well, that can be number 11. Number 1 is, are you sure about this? So don't say that.
Oh, yeah.
Even jokingly can introduce unnecessary doubt.
Cold feet. Weddings in April.
This is the last day of your freedom, with exclamation point.
Average climate in
negative
April.
Cliches can stress and annoy the groom. That's my job though, so we'll see about that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I kind of want a little bit of that.
Wow, weddings are so expensive.
Here,
he's probably already aware.
I'll spare you that one right now. Wow, weddings are so expensive.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Enjoy the open bar. I don't know why I would say that to you ever, but it says not to say it. So I
thought it was telling you to enjoy the open bar. It's something you should do.
No, it's like that's something that I would say to you in this ChatGPT world.
Okay, that's fine.
This one's kind of funny because the quote is, "You're about to make a huge commitment." I feel like you'd know that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've actually done the research ahead of time. I don't need the. We know what a wedding is. Here's the thing about that. I'm not looking to Tyler Pritchard for an ounce of advice on anything ever.
Whoa.
What? Sorry, was that a little mean?
Bro.
Dude, okay, I'm sorry. I actually didn't mean that. I look to you more than most people, actually. You excel at like one or two things.
All right. Well,
and I look to you.
All right. Don't mess up your vows is what number 7 is. And then, did you invite name of difficult relative?
Are these just things you're not supposed to say to me, and this is all compiled into the subcategory?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. These are all things I should not say to you.
Okay.
Hope you're ready for the in-laws.
Okay.
And then, what's next? Kids?
Okay.
So it says at the end, it just gives me a little note. Stick to supportive, lighthearted, and positive topics.
Are you gonna say anything nice in the speech, or is it just gonna be like more of like a fun thing?
anything nice. What do you mean by nice? When you say nice,
Like
talking
uplifting to
about-
me as a person at all?
oh,
Okay.
we'll have to see. I think for sure.
Okay, we'll workshop that.
If there's time, we might
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
some
yeah.
of that. But I've got like a tight 15 ready.
The first hour and a
For-
half is going to be electric.
Yeah, there's laughter, applause, maybe some tears,
Mm-hmm.
but the nice stuff, cut for time, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. Again, you've said some nice stuff offline especially after I asked you to be best man. You said some really cute things to me. I know who you are now. You're a little softy. I don't need that out of my. I didn't ask you when I asked you to be best man. That's not what I asked you to be the best man for. And so I don't need you to keep faking that for the audience. I know who you are now, and that's enough.
I was thinking we could juggle at some point in it, though.
If you bring 6 balls out, I will juggle with you for sure.
I think we should do that.
Yeah. That's actually such a good idea. Okay. That's actually such a good idea. Not to write your speech for you, but I can actually see exactly where that fits into the puzzle. Anyways.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think you can.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're doing great. You're doing the research where you need to. ChatGPT, shout out ChatGPT, not sponsored by the way, but they do some good work over there.
Yeah.
A little bit racist now, we've learned, but that's not.
Yeah.
That can be programmed out, from what I understand. Whoever created ChatGPT programmed that into the system first, and we're just trying to undo that. So whoever did that is actually at fault. Okay. I just sent you a video over text. I'm not sure if you've gotten it yet.
I did get it.
Okay.
I haven't looked at it yet because I didn't know if I should.
Yeah, this is under the category in the agenda that me and Tyler are looking at called Matt Victory. He doesn't know what this is yet, but I will preface it here by saying last week was Halloween. I had 2 Halloween parties to go to. Both of them were themed around eating soup with adults. I'm an adult, and it was like soup themed nights. And so I sent you a video of the soup table from the first party. And this will be posted on Until We Agree on Instagram. So go check it out right now so you can understand what we're looking at. It's already posted when this goes live, so you can find it. Tyler's going to watch this for the first time now.
Oh my God.
Did you see?
That was my idea. I told you to do that.
Okay, that's fine and all. So what if you haven't seen the video yet, what just happened is I was panning through all the soups, normal looking soups all over the place, and the very last soup was a bowl, or not a bowl, but milk and cereal. We've been talking about this for 34 episodes. This is the 35th episode.
Hey, and if you'll notice, nobody was digging into that at the soup party. I wonder why.
Because I filmed that right when it came in. Right when it came in.
Nobody was digging into that.
I followed.
Everybody's eating soup.
I followed.
and you're over there.
No. No, I followed the people. I was sitting by the front door. I followed the people to the table and said, I have to get a video of this. It was consumed. And not only was it celebrated, it was, dare I say, agreed upon that what a great addition to soup night. Dare I say?
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I'm not even kidding. You can ask anyone there. You know one of them. You can ask her. Everyone was saying, yeah, this is such a good idea. Matt should really talk about this on the podcast, that Until We Agree, on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And they said, yeah, cereal is a soup. Confirmed. This was not my idea. Someone just brought that who I didn't even know his name, and he brought it in. And everyone agreed. So I just feel very vindicated in that, and I'm glad we can celebrate that now. So thank you, that guy, and thank you for finally agreeing with me.
Nobody thinks that cereal is soup. They did that to make fun of you.
They didn't know me. This was a fiance's friend side of the group. I only knew a handful of people there, and the person who brought the soup did not know me. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Captain Crunch, I believe. So
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is elite, but it's not a soup, it's a cereal.
One of the most elite
and
soups out there.
Here's the thing, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move past this because
there's no reason to debate it. I just wanted to point that out. And again, check out the video and see for yourself. But yeah, we have a hefty.
Did we ever finish our bathroom story?
The bathroom story was just that my bathroom was clean, and I have no idea who did it for us, and I don't want to know.
Okay.
So
I didn't know because I know that we kind of got off track because I didn't know if we finished it, but I'm glad to hear that it is unfinished on purpose.
Well, and while we're here and we're talking about bathrooms, hit it, Hutch.
You know what?
He'll love that. Anyways, what a great transition. Music, transitioning us into the next part of the podcast. Q&A. we're backlogged in Q&A questions. So we're going to get through a few
And that
this
is
week.
not a bathroom reference.
No,
Hutch.
hit it, Hutch.
You know what?
You're safe, Hutch, because that wasn't a bathroom reference. We're not talking about those kind of backlogs in a toilet. Hutch, music, not toilet. Anyways, Q&A. We had someone leave a comment on Spotify. His name is Ronnie. You may know him from the one time he called in asking for advice, and then you may know him from also winning the sticker giveaway. If you want a sticker, rate us 5 stars on Spotify and show us, and we'll probably just send you a sticker. So reach out to us on DMs Until We Agree on Instagram, and we'll send you one. But Ronnie commented, which you can all do on Spotify right now, I believe, redacted. So I kind of, when I was telling my story last week on Billy the dog and how I was manipulated by an adult when I was just a young boy into losing my job as a dog walker for my family friends, for my friends' families, I should say. I did let the name slip once on accident. I didn't mean to, and I didn't care to unedit it because I am somewhat bitter, I think, and I think a part of me really wanted to let that name slip. But anyways, he believed the daughter whose mother is the one who wronged me side of the story, which I know is not true. I know he doesn't believe it because that's a clown show over there. But what's crazy, and I teased this earlier, this happened 10 years ago. I have not seen that woman in 10 years. You're not going to believe.
But you were back home this week.
I was
no
back
shot.
home at a wedding for I guess a mutual friend, and she was there. The mother was
Really?
there, and I saw
a mutual
her.
friend?
What do you mean?
No, not our mutual friend. I see.
Yeah, for a mutual friend with me and,
But I
and
know
his
who's
mother.
wedding. Yes.
Is that not in? What I mean, I probably should
And
have seen
did
it
you
coming.
Did you confront her about Billy the dog?
No, I cowered and did not make direct eye contact, as any grown man would in the situation. I doubt the story's gotten back to her, and now I don't have to see her ever again. I say that. I'll probably see her again in 10 years, but at that point, who knows where I'll be in life. So I might have enough power to make eye contact with her and not be afraid. So just a crazy situation. I probably should have seen it coming.
That is a crazy coincidence.
That I was going to be in Knoxville with people who I knew each other, but I mean, what are the odds that all kind of comes together? So that one's that one. Do you want to?
That one's that one. Nice.
Thanks for not.
Moving
I'm like
on.
stuttering nonstop. Can you? I'm just gonna. Okay.
Hey man, you can quit now.
Thank you.
So I saw a question that I commented actually that I saw later.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to know with the time change, and I think I saw it online as well, and it wasn't an original idea, but I'm gonna say it like it was.
Okay.
What time is it on the North Pole?
And what time do you think it is on the North Pole?
I'm asking you.
Okay. Well, I'll answer it. And you're not gonna like the answer. It depends.
No, but on the North Pole.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about the North Pole. If I'm standing directly on where the North Pole is, I will be standing in all 24 hours of the day.
So what time is it?
So again, it depends.
How does it depend?
Because the North Pole itself does not exist. There's no such thing as North Pole. There's this.
Yes, there is.
Okay, I'm not done yet. I'm explaining. There's this infinitesimally.
And you would know because you're a little elf that works there. Gotcha.
Infinitesimally
Hold on,
small.
a few more tries, you might get it.
Infinitesimally small imaginary line that can be as big, frankly, as broad or as subatomically small as possible. The North Pole doesn't exist. It's just the very top.
That's not true.
Of the
Why
Earth.
do you keep saying that?
Because if you're talking about like the North Pole in like the sense that like at the very top of the world we put like a metal pole in the ground.
Nobody's saying that. But like
then what is the North Pole?
The poles
to you?
are a real thing.
Yeah, I know they're a real thing, but
it's where all the longitude lines converge.
You're out of your mind if you think longitude. Wait, you're right about the longitude lines.
Oh, latitude, flatitude, you clown.
Flatitude. I'm getting a little okay. They all converge there, yes. But at that one single point, you cannot stand on that one single point and just be in one of the longitude lines. You're gonna be. My 1 foot would then be if I just was standing on 1 foot, I would be in all 24 time zones. And then when you get to how granular you can get with that and how small the North Pole can be, when all the longitude lines continue to converge at an infinitesimally small point, you're getting to the point where you're just getting ridiculous. You know, it's like time doesn't exist at that size.
Time does exist. That's not how time works.
However, to define it would be ridiculous. Time doesn't necessarily exist. The time's all up. You were talking about carbon dating like a month ago, and now all of a sudden time is so exact. Anyways, go ahead. What time is it?
That doesn't make any sense. But so any time can be used as the local time in the North Pole. And it doesn't depend. It's just you can choose whatever time you'd like.
Okay, that's exactly what I said then.
No, it doesn't depend, though. You said depending would mean that it depends on something, but it doesn't. Well, it's just your preference.
Yeah, it kind of does, though. Depending on what part of the North Pole I'm in. If we're talking about this little small
there's no such thing as what part of the North Pole.
If we're talking...
The North Pole is the North Pole. There's no what part of the North Pole.
Think about like the four corners of like Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado.
Right, I am thinking about those. I think about those all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. But if you take one step in any direction, you're in a different state. You take one step in any direction to the North Pole. So that's what I'm saying.
But I'm talking about if you're standing on them.
Would you not say you're at the North Pole at any point? You could be holding on to that little metal red and white cylindrical pole that they put in the ground up there where Santa's workshop is. You could put your hand on that and then walk circles around it. You would be saying you're at the North Pole in every single step you're on. Would you not?
But not technically, because while, yeah, you might, because we talk like humans and we say things that aren't exactly true all the time. Like, yeah, you're at the North Pole or you're at the South Pole. If you're like near the South Pole, there is only one, like, you know, place you can stand that would technically be the North Pole.
But you can't stand
on the longitude lines are converging.
You can't stand on that place,
question.
though.
It was just an interesting question, I thought.
It is interesting, but you can't. But what you just said, you can't.
Why can't you stand on that place?
Because when you stand on that place, you're gonna be your foot is big enough because all the lines are converging in one spot. So your foot is big enough to cover all 24 of the hours of the day on those longitude lines.
If you could position your body to be equally in every single one, what time would it be?
You can't because my foot isn't circular. Like, what do you mean?
But here's the thing.
There's nothing symmetrical about my body. Even my ears are not symmetrical. And I discovered that later in life than I would have liked to, but they're not symmetrical. I can't make myself symmetrical no matter what I want to do about it.
Okay, you're getting way too into the symmetrical thing. When I'm just talking about at the North Pole, you don't even have to be in that time zone. Just what the North Pole, what time is it there right now? Hey, what time is it in France right now? You're not there. It can still have a time. You don't have to be there for there to be time.
But what I'm saying is it depends.
But here's the thing. You kept saying about your feet and how they're not symmetrical and how your toes are weird shapes.
My ears aren't symmetrical. My feet, I think, are pretty symmetrical.
And how your legs are different lengths and all this stuff you kept saying. But what it really comes down to is you don't have to be somewhere for there to be a time zone. So that doesn't matter.
I would say, okay, here's your answer then. God's time zone, Central Time.
Central Time sucks.
No, it does not. You're out of your mind if you think Central Time sucks. Central Time, and we're talking pure American metric timekeeping, non-metric timekeeping. Central Time's the best time zone, bar none. What do you think is the best time zone?
Eastern.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Why?
Everything's so late in Eastern Time.
What do you mean? It's only an hour.
Yeah, an hour makes a big difference in the day.
What is everything? What is everything? All the cable you watch?
Live events. Ever heard of live sporting events?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the latest? What's the latest one would start in Eastern Time? Like
the
8?
national championship.
Are we serious?
The national championship starts at 9 p.m. for college and
you're gonna stay up
football
and,
and basketball.
Fine.
No, I'm not. I'm tired. I'm getting tired.
We're all experiencing life at different times.
I can't believe you think Central Time's not better than Eastern Time. I think that's
it's not.
So
by your logic, Mountain Time's better than Central.
No, Mountain Time gets too early. Stuff starts happening at like 5 p.m. and you're still working.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does. Yes,
what
it does.
starts at 6? What starts at 6?
Every live sporting event starts at 6 p.m. now. Think about this for 1 second. The Tennessee-Kentucky game I watched in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is in Eastern Time.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. That was it. That was a Saturday. Buddy.
Okay. That was at 7. That game started at 7:45.
I'm aware that was a Saturday, so it doesn't matter.
That game did not end until almost midnight.
Dude, it was Saturday.
Bro,
That
People,
doesn't have anything to do
I don't
with
get.
work.
I don't
You
even
said
keep.
while
I'm
you're
not
still
talking about
working.
work. Yeah, you're not gonna believe this for 1 second. People get tired. People get tired. Even on the weekends,
I
people are
don't
getting
believe you.
tired.
Bro.
Say something.
You're so annoying because I know for a fact you love Eastern time.
I know.
Off the podcast.
What?
Off the podcast.
No,
this guy raves about Eastern time for
I
no
will-
reason.
I
too.
will send you a group message that you're not in. I'm trying to get you in this group message. You're not in it yet. Where I am
What do you mean you're trying to get me
fearlessly
in it? What does that
defending Central
mean?
Time.
why
I don't
why am
know.
I out of this group
I
message?
don't
But
know,
you're actively campaigning.
Yeah, I am. You would be one of the first people I would add to this group message if I could.
Well, here's the thing about Central Time though that I don't like.
Uh-huh.
It's behind.
Behind what? It's all,
Eastern
life
time.
is still happening at the same time. What do you mean?
Oh, so when it's okay, so when it's Central Time, it's happening at the same time, but when it's Eastern Time, it's too late.
No,
But it's happening at the
here's
same time,
thing.
I thought.
No, here's the yeah. So that's, for example, the Tennessee-Kentucky football game, which we were just talking about. Everyone, no matter what time zone in the world you're in, is watching that at the same moment at different clock times of the day.
And what time would they be watching that in the North Pole?
And I will say, it depends where most of your foot is.
That's not how the time.
Yes, it does. Because you can't just
Dude.
you can't stand in one. You cannot stand in
Bro,
one time
why
zone. You're
is
on the
it
very
just
top
a
of the North
foot?
Pole.
Why is it the mass
Where
of
do
the
you-
body? Why is it foot? Hey, if
That's
you are
fine.
on the
That's
you're
fine
on the,
too.
the
You can
four
say that.
corners,
I wouldn't
think
argue
about those
that.
four corners
I wouldn't
again.
argue
Think about
that.
those four corners.
I wouldn't argue
think
that.
about those.
I'm not
Hey,
arguing with you on that.
Think about those four corners for a
Okay.
second.
Okay.
If your whole body is in one state, but
Uh-huh.
you're Michael Jackson leaning into the other states, what state are you in?
Well, okay, I would still say you're probably in the. I thought you were going somewhere else. Where if you're like laying in one state and then your feet are in another state, I would say where you're laying is the state you're in. If you're leaning over the border, you're still in the state you're standing in. I would say.
You think so?
I would say it's up to interpretation.
Then why
but-
is the border between the U.S. and Mexico higher than your foot? Boom.
You know what?
If they're allowed to lean over, why is it so high?
I think we're not measuring intent in that sentence. That is a great point. It's a dynamite point, but
Somebody call the dogs off.
okay.
We've solved the problem.
I have no argument for what you just said. I think if I'm just saying, if I'm in the North Pole, I'm standing, because if I'm laying down, I'm going to get more cold, I think. So that's just the way I'm looking at it. But if I'm laying if my body's laying a different way, that's fine too.
Well, thank you for your
You
opinion.
make a good point. It is a high wall.
Yeah. And if all it takes are feet in, it's like the NFL, 2 feet down,
Uh-huh.
then we're good.
Yeah. The NFL is, I think, a great example of that. You can be leaning out of bounds, but if the body is touching inbounds, you're fine.
Dang, did we just solve the border crisis?
Okay. Who are you voting for tomorrow?
Oh, bro, I already voted.
Okay, who'd you vote for?
I can't tell you
Yeah, I know.
because your roommate probably might hear politics going on.
He's like sniffing. He
Come ruin the podcast.
break a door down.
Like that Big Bird meme of Big Bird breaking the door down.
Follow us on TikTok. We're gonna post a Big Bird meme right now. That's so funny. We have one Q&A question left, and I don't have much time to edit this podcast, so let's get to it. While we're at it, hit it, Hutch.
You know what?
Why'd I do that? Kim asks, "What's your favorite individual?" Okay, I can't read. Do you want to read it?
What's your favorite individual animal? Not type or species or genus or whatever. I'm talking name one single favorite animal. Examples: Moo Ding, Bentley, Billy the dog.
First thought comes to Air Bud.
Just the brand, or that one of the dogs that played?
Well, like the brand. I'd say probably the brand then. Something about the TikToks that you've probably seen where it's like the dad living vicariously through his son, driving him home from a sporting event where he lost to a golden retriever.
Yeah, I've seen.
It's like, I don't know. I think the lore behind Air Bud has gotten better as we've become adults, and I support Air Bud through it all because I never lost Air Bud, so I'm not a little rat who couldn't take away. He doesn't have that many, especially on the basketball court. He has no lateral play. He only goes to the basket. So I don't know. I would not be nervous around Air Bud. He has a sick jumper, but so do I. So
okay,
I'm just a fan.
I mean,
yeah.
That just turned into a rant about Air Bud for a second.
No, I mean
that was not the question.
I'm a fan of Air Bud for what he does to other kids, but he would not have done it to me.
Well, I appreciate you laying that out for us. My individual, I don't know. That's like a really hard question, and I'm not gonna pick any pets because I feel like that would just single them out, you know?
Yeah, favoritism at that point.
So, I guess I'd have to go with. Is it dead or living?
Is it dead or living? What?
Like dead or living?
Yeah, you can pick a dead one. I'm sure all the Air Buds are dead.
Harambe.
Mm.
Didn't deserve it.
All he wanted to do was care for that kid.
Um,
Do you want to close?
That one was a sad one.
Do you want
But no, hold on.
Okay.
I've got another.
Okay,
I've got more.
sorry.
I've got a few more. I don't care for Mooding, personally.
I don't either. It's just
I'll say it. Mooding's going to grow up to be a killer.
yeah,
Hippos are terrifying.
and ugly.
Already ugly.
Yeah, it's actually true. Pesto's getting ugly too. We can talk about that
Who?
offline. Pesto the penguin. That really fat
I
baby
don't know
penguin.
who that is.
You know about everyone knows about Pesto, the baby penguin that was like way oversized, and now he's losing all his like brown fur, and now he just looks like an ugly penguin. Anyways,
That's not good. But yeah, no, I guess if I had to pick a real answer,
Harambe's real. In our hearts, at least.
yeah, no, I mean, I guess another answer, Archie, your dog, would be a good one.
I do like Archie.
But he's kind of mean.
Archie's not mean. Archie has heart.
Archie's mean to me.
Do you want to end this podcast improving being the security guards at the Cincinnati Zoo in 2016? Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Pritchard, copy.
Here, over.
Hey, Rat Pack, editor Matt here. I'm going to do us all a favor and cut about the next 10 minutes of pretty low quality improv. Save us the hassle of living in that. So hope you guys have a great day, and just know that you're missing out on some pretty good Harambe improv. But I think it's just for the best that we all just pretend like it never happened. All right. Thanks, Rat Pack.
This is not good improv, I don't think. Where's Ginnick when you need him? He got on. He just got on. I messaged him to jump on here.
Okay.
He said no. He said no.
Ginnick would have shot Harambe, no questions asked, and that's why
he would have yes.
That's why he's the pro.
We were too hesitant, but
we were both no buts, and he was a yes and. That's why he makes the big bucks.
That's something we could have learned there.
Why don't you give us
maybe they should have been more no butt when Harambe was cherishing that young boy.
What? Can you end the episode for us, please? You have 30 seconds, dead air. Do whatever you want.
30 seconds of dead air or 30 seconds of air to do whatever I want?
30 seconds. You're so right. 30 seconds of air to do whatever you want. I'm going quiet now.
Okay, hit it, Hutch.
You know what?
Hit it, Stitch.
Hey, it's Stitch here.
Let's think of a new one. Any new edits you guys want to hear? Hit it, Mike. Dum dum da da dum dum da da dum dum da da dum dum. That'll be Michael Jackson. Dum dum da da dum dum da da dum dum da da dum dum. And then that's the Smooth Criminal theme song because of the jokes we made about Smooth Criminal earlier. And then I don't know how much time I have, but I could go on for a while.
Let's call it.
Okay.
Show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.